Jesus criminy.
We're going to be cutting out the small window out on this and making this into a big window. It's kind of nice on these trucks as they already have like the area where the big window sits. So it's just a matter of taking off the inside panel, using a new panel from a panel from a big window truck and replacing it and cutting out this section. So a lot of spot welds to drill out. Using the air saw to cut a little bigger than we need to right now, but when we put the big window in, after we tack it, then we can go back and trim whatever's left over. So on the inside of the panel now, we have a whole replacement panel for this. That's the big window. We're going to be drilling out the spot welds all along the bottom and the sides, and the top we're just going to air saw that lip off, and then we'll sand that that piece of material that was still left over. Back window. It's for sale. Anybody wants it. So we have the back window here. This is the inside panel for a big back window. So we need to finish cleaning this up, taking this old strip off here that they cut off of the old body. So we got to take that off, clean it up. We're going to drill some holes so we can spot weld it back in. We'll get it all clamped in place. And then the holes on the bottom already got drilled out. So those we'll just finish cleaning them. When we put it back on, we'll weld all these holes up. So the old back window still had the outer edge, which is the outside of the body. So we had to remove that in order to put it back in. It was so close to the edge that instead of drilling it, we sanded it. There was no point in trying to drill that and then just having to fix the hole. So we're going to be using some panel bond. Since we can't get in here and weld this in here like it was originally, like spot welded, we have to put some panel bond, and when we put it in there, we just got to put pressure on it and make sure it's butted up against where it should be, and then we can weld in everything else. We got the piece in, got it clamped down, got it to where the top is nice and even, has a nice flow to it. Now we're just going to start tacking and moving the clamps as we tack to make sure everything is touching, and that's it.
Happy.
And happy.
Pile the penetrator. Ready? Go up. You're supposed to go up. Yeah, and then down. And then up. And then down. Well, we got Frank's back window, big back window conversion all done. Went into place really well because we use a factory inside piece. So really it was just getting all the old spot welds off of that, fitting it in place, and then cutting this and re-spot welding it in. Put the bed back on, started measuring for a gas tank. We actually have a gas tank made. Somewhere we're in the middle of making 4 of them right now. So just kind of going through everything and chipping away at it. Frank's bed's a little bit different than pretty much everything else because it's Frank. So he wanted to weld the whole bed up kind of like a tonneau cover, but the back portion and the very front portion aren't going to open. It's just the center part's going to open, which is cool until you figure out how you want to open the tailgate, because we don't want to have the chains and the hooks for the tailgate. We want it to be nice and clean. So normally you just relocate a handle to the inside of the tailgate, but if this is welded up, there's no way to get in. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a section of this cut out, and this will pop up like on a hinge, and then we'll be able to reach down and open the tailgate. And this all down here will all just be a storage compartment. If you go into a show, you can bring a cooler or your chairs or what have you, and you put all that down in there, close the tailgate, it's secured and out of sight. The front is because Frank is still in high school and he wants to do a big booming stereo. So up here, it'll have a blow through, and so that's where the speakers will sit. So there'll actually be a hole in the front of the bed and a hole in the back of the cab and like a camper shell grommet to seal it. This part right here, we'll build a frame for this with another piece of sheet metal. So when this is closed, it'll all just look flat and smooth. But then this can open, show off the Porter-built suspension. We're gonna put the AccuAir tank right here, gas tank in the back, but it'll look cool with the exhaust running through and just show everything off.